The twin flame journey is unlike anything else. It's a path that breaks us open, wakes us up, and invites us to remember who we truly are. But while the divine feminine often awakens first, feeling the call of the soul, the pull of something deeper, the divine masculine takes a different route. His awakening is quieter at first, harder to detect. It often hides beneath the surface, behind resistance, avoidance, or even silence. But when his soul begins to shift, when he starts leveling up spiritually, everything changes. Even if he doesn't say a word, even if he doesn't come forward right away, the energy speaks for itself. Today, we're diving into the 7 clear signs that your divine masculine is leveling up on a soul level. These signs are often subtle at first, but unmistakable once you know what to look for. Each of them signals deep inner change, change that will eventually reflect in the outer world too. And no matter how quiet or invisible it may seem right now, it is happening. Your souls are always in communication, and when he begins his soul upgrade, you will feel it. Let's walk through each of these signs with openness and grace, so you can recognize them for what they are, proof that your journey is moving forward in divine timing. Number 1, he begins to question his old life. The first sign of his spiritual leveling up is a growing discomfort with the life he once accepted without question. The routine that used to feel stable now feels suffocating. The relationships he once relied on may now feel empty or even draining. He might not know why, but suddenly the things that used to make sense stop making sense. This can manifest in many ways. He may start withdrawing from social scenes that once energized him. He may feel restless in his job or career. He may start feeling like a stranger in his own skin. What's really happening is that his soul is stirring. The mask he's worn for so long is beginning to fall away. And as the old world starts to crumble, space is created for something more real to emerge. He might not have the words to explain what he's feeling, but you'll sense the change. The energy between you may shift. You may even feel sudden waves of sadness or confusion that aren't your own. These are signs that he is questioning, waking up, searching. This is not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough. But it often comes with resistance. He may try to hold on to his old life out of fear, clinging to what he knows. Be patient here. This questioning is sacred. It's the first crack in the armor. Trust that something beautiful is trying to be born through him. And remember, this shift often begins energetically before it becomes visible. Even if you haven't heard from him, his soul is moving. He's beginning to ask, is there more to life than this? And once that question takes root in the heart, it becomes impossible to ignore. Number 2, he pulls back to go within. When the divine masculine starts leveling up spiritually, he often disappears, not out of neglect or cruelty, but because he needs space to go inward. The journey he's beginning is not something that can be walked with distractions around every corner. It requires solitude, silence, time alone with his thoughts, his pain, and ultimately, his truth. This can be one of the hardest signs to accept, especially for the feminine. When he pulls away, it may feel like abandonment, like rejection. But what's really happening is sacred. He is retreating to meet himself, to see what's real, to face the parts of him he's been running from. This phase can be deeply uncomfortable for him. He may not fully understand what's happening inside him. Emotions he's buried for years begin to surface. Grief, guilt, shame, longing, it all rises to be seen. And when it does, he often feels the need to isolate, to sit with what's coming up without the pressure to explain or perform. To the outside world, it might look like regression, like he's shutting down. But spiritually, he's doing the opposite. He's tuning in. He's starting to listen. And even if he's not reaching out, he's feeling the connection more than ever. Your presence lives inside him now. Your love is the mirror through which he's starting to see himself clearly. During this time, you may feel a strong energetic shift. You might wake up thinking of him, feeling him more deeply in your heart. That's because he's finally tuning into his inner world, the very place where your souls meet. Let him have his space. Don't chase or force. Just hold the vibration of love and trust. This inner retreat is necessary for what comes next. Number 3, he feels pulled toward spiritual tools or practices. One of the most encouraging signs of spiritual growth in the divine masculine is his sudden interest in things he once dismissed, meditation, energy healing, yoga, nature, even journaling or reading about soul connections. He may not label it as spiritual, but you'll notice he's beginning to seek inner alignment, even if he doesn't quite know why. This shift can begin in small ways. He may start spending more time in solitude. He may feel drawn to walk in nature or gaze at the sky in moments of stress. He might pick up a book about consciousness or start watching content that explores deeper topics. These things may seem random at first, but they are signs that his soul is guiding him. Spiritual tools often find us when we're ready, and in his case, these tools are helping him feel what he's long suppressed. The goal isn't perfection or mastery, it's remembrance. Each practice reconnects him with his soul essence. Each moment of stillness softens the armor around his heart. He may not talk about these things openly, especially in the beginning. He might even downplay them if asked. But your soul will feel the shift. You'll notice a calming in the energy between you, a softening, a deeper resonance. This is where his soul upgrade begins to take form. Through these practices, he's learning to regulate his nervous system, open his heart, and connect with something greater than himself. He's awakening, not through force, but through choice, and that choice will change everything. Number 4, his dreams become more vivid and symbolic. Another powerful sign of spiritual transformation in the divine masculine is the sudden intensity of his dream life. When the soul begins to awaken, the subconscious opens. Messages, symbols, and past life memories begin to surface through dreams. And whether or not he understands them, they begin to stir something inside him. He may start waking up confused, emotional, or even shaken. He may not know how to put his dreams into words, but they linger long after he wakes. Often, these dreams involve his divine feminine, even if he doesn't consciously realize it. He may dream of a woman he feels deeply connected to, or of places and timelines that feel strangely familiar. What's happening here is the dissolving of the veil. As his soul levels up, the barrier between dimensions weakens. He becomes more sensitive to spiritual communication, especially during sleep, when the ego is no longer in control. His higher self uses this space to guide him, to send him messages he can't yet receive in waking life. Dreams can trigger powerful emotional releases. Sometimes they bring up fears or regrets he hasn't faced. Other times, they fill him with longing and a sense of destiny he can't explain. This is sacred work. His soul is beginning to speak. You may even feel it yourself. You might have sudden dreams of him, vivid and emotional, that feel more like visitations than ordinary dreams. This is because your connection is alive in the spiritual realms, and as he awakens, he begins to meet you there. Pay attention to the timing. If you feel emotionally stirred or dream of him intensely, it often mirrors what he is experiencing too. Your souls are communicating through the veil, preparing the way for deeper union in the physical world. Number 5, he feels the weight of his past choices. As the divine masculine rises spiritually, he begins to feel the full weight of his past actions, not as punishment, but as a reckoning. The soul upgrade brings clarity. It strips away the distractions and defenses that once shielded him from the truth. And in that raw clarity, he starts to see the ways he has run, avoided, hurt, or denied both you and himself. This is not a comfortable phase. In fact, it's one of the hardest. He may feel overwhelmed by guilt or regret. He may replay moments in his mind, wishing he had chosen differently. He may even feel unworthy of your love, unsure of how to return after everything. This deep internal reflection is not meant to break him. It's meant to awaken compassion within him, for himself and others. It's meant to help him take responsibility without falling into shame, to rise from his past, not run from it. He may not apologize right away. He may not even speak of it. But you'll feel the shift. You'll sense his heart beginning to soften, his pride beginning to dissolve. His silence will no longer feel like avoidance. It will feel like contemplation. During this phase, your energy plays a powerful role. The more you hold love and non-judgment in your heart, the more you help him face his shadows with courage. You are not here to fix him. You are here to embody the vibration of unconditional love, which in turn helps him learn to forgive himself. This reckoning is part of his transformation. He must look at where he's been to know where he's going. And once he does, he becomes capable of choosing love from a place of truth. Number 6, He starts honoring his emotions instead of suppressing them. For a long time, the divine masculine may have lived disconnected from his emotional body. Conditioned to be strong, rational, and in control, he likely learned early on to push his feelings down, to wear a mask, to stay composed no matter what. But as his soul begins to awaken, the walls around his heart begin to crumble. Suddenly, he can no longer ignore the emotions that arise. They break through in moments he doesn't expect, watching something beautiful, hearing a certain song, or even just sitting in silence. Tears come more easily, though he may hide them. His anger no longer feels righteous, but heavy. His sadness surfaces not as weakness, but as an invitation to heal. This emotional opening is a sure sign of spiritual elevation. The divine masculine begins to understand that feeling is not a flaw, it is a pathway back to truth. For the first time in a long time, he allows himself to feel grief, regret, longing, even love. And in doing so, he reconnects with the heart of who he truly is. This doesn't mean he becomes emotionally fluent overnight. In fact, it often brings confusion. He may not know how to express what he's feeling. He might still retreat in moments of intensity, but you will notice the difference. His energy becomes softer, more receptive. He no longer feels like a closed door. He may start seeking emotional outlets, writing, music, creative expression. He may even find himself drawn to therapy, healing work, or deep conversations he once avoided. This is not weakness. It's bravery. To sit with emotion and allow it to move through the body is a sacred act. And though he may not say it, your energy is a catalyst. Your emotional authenticity has shown him that feeling deeply is not dangerous. It's divine. By being true to your heart, you gave him silent permission to honor his. This shift allows him to relate more deeply to himself, to others, and to you. He no longer fears vulnerability. He begins to understand that love cannot be fully experienced unless the heart is open. And this, more than anything, paves the way toward reunion. He begins to feel the magnetic pull back to you. The final and perhaps most powerful sign of his spiritual leveling up is the undeniable pull back to you, not just as a person, but as a soul. This pull isn't rooted in desire or fantasy, it's rooted in recognition. As his soul rises, he begins to see the connection for what it truly is. It may begin as subtle thoughts, spontaneous memories, or waves of emotion he can't explain. He may hear your name in random places, see numbers that remind him of you, or feel your presence without knowing why. These are not coincidences. These are signs from his higher self, guiding him back to his truth. As his energy elevates, the connection becomes clearer. The distractions and illusions begin to fall away. He may start to feel you during meditation or dream of you vividly. He may scroll through old photos or reread messages. All of this is part of his soul's way of reminding him. There is unfinished business here. There is love here. There is destiny here. But here's what's important. This pull is not always followed by immediate action. He may feel it long before he knows what to do with it. He may hesitate, unsure if he's ready. That doesn't mean he isn't changing. It just means he's still gathering the courage to take the next step. In this phase, trust what you feel more than what you see. If your heart feels his return, even in silence, it's because his energy is moving toward you. The soul remembers long before the mind understands. You may also notice that your own energy shifts during this time. You may feel more peaceful, more anchored. You may experience moments of deep clarity or unconditional love, even without contact. This is because your connection is aligning energetically. The pull goes both ways, and when he's ready, he will come forward, not as the man he used to be, but as the soul he is becoming. Not for validation or comfort, but because his heart finally recognizes home, and that recognition can never be unlearned. This journey of spiritual growth and union is not linear. It moves in waves, in spirals, in seasons of silence and light. Your divine masculine's awakening may not look how you imagined. It may not happen on your timeline. But the signs are there. The soul upgrade is real. He is changing, even when you don't see it, even when he seems distant. His energy is shifting. His heart is softening. His soul is calling him to rise. You are not separate from this process. Everything you do to live your truth, to stay aligned with love, is felt by him. Your growth inspires his. Your light reminds him of his own. You don't need to chase him, fix him, or wait in pain. You simply need to keep rising. Hold your heart open, keep your energy clear, speak to him soul to soul, and trust that the divine is orchestrating something far greater than your eyes can see. This is not just about reunion. This is about evolution. This is about both of you becoming who you came here to be. And in the end, love always finds its way. Even through lifetimes, even through silence, even through the deepest forgetting. Because this connection isn't just about romance, it's about remembering, about rising, about returning to love again and again until nothing else remains. So keep walking, keep shining. The journey is sacred, and the signs are all around you. He is rising, he is remembering, and your souls are closer than ever before.